Hi, I'm Angie.Knows.Loans, and if you are here from the previous video, we are doing a series on divorce. And when it comes to mortgages, also when it comes to purchasing a home. So, oftentimes I do get people that are in the middle of a divorce come and try to purchase a home. They are looking for their next property, and what I always have to tell them is that in the state of Texas, common law state, we have to make sure that you qualify for a new mortgage. Now, if you have a divorce decree that indicates that the other person is fully responsible for the mortgage until you sell it or until they refinance into their name, now we don't have to consider that mortgage into your debts. But it has to be in a divorce decree. It cannot be a separation agreement. Also, when you factor in the divorce decree, it's important that when you are setting that up with an attorney, that those are things that you're making sure in there to cover yourself. If they are responsible for it, it needs to be in there. If they are responsible for the car note that you guys have, it needs to be in there, right? Because those are the things that we are going to look at as lenders when we look at your debts and we see that you have a mortgage on there, you have a car note on there. And you're like, well, my spouse is expected to cover that. We want to be able to see it in that divorce decree. So it's very important that we include that when you are filing, right? So then that way, when you go to purchase a home, we are only having to qualify you for the house that you are purchasing for. It's going to be better for you because now we have more room in the debt to income when it comes to that. Again, I know this is not a conversation that many people want to have, but it's a conversation that is needed because it's a reality for people, right? So again, when it comes to your debt to income, you can purchase a home. We would just need a divorce decree that's going to show that the mortgage is no longer being covered by you. Now, I will say that it's also a risk. If you leave the mortgage under your name prior to finalizing the divorce, there's a risk in that. I've seen a lot of people come over where their credit was ruined when going through divorce because a person may have every intention of paying these things off or refinancing into their name. But when they do it, maybe they don't qualify. Maybe it's one of the situations where the income doesn't cover, where their income can't afford that mortgage specifically. Now you're looking at having to sell it, right? Or maybe they just never sell it. Or you have some people that are vindictive and they just stop making the payments because they know that that is going to hurt you. It is going to hurt you. And I have seen people's credit be destroyed because they were going through a divorce, and those are things that they had to figure out. So I would say, of course, I am no attorney, but I can tell you what I see on credit reports is that if there is a way to remove the mortgage from under your name, especially if you are not going to live in the house, that is always going to be the best option. As much as you trust them or you have the best, or they have the best intentions, life happens. They lose their job, just different things. And now that mortgage is under you, they're not making their payments. And now that impacts you, your credit drops, but also it impacts you when purchasing going forward. So that's something to consider that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to mortgages, purchasing, and divorce being in that realm. So again, this is the second part of the series. I will be doing more parts addressing different topics, but I wanted to make sure I'm getting this information out to you because it is very important. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.